introduce our next speaker, who is actually present. Rotarian Marcello Dabico is from Bari in Italy. He is the principal contact of Global Grants in Benin, and he's a member of the Polio Plus Committee. Rotarian Marcello Dabico is associate professor of mathematical analysis at University of Bari in Italy. His topic is the first gift is a smile. So Professor, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maurice, for your kind presentation, and thanks, Urs, for your nice invitation. So, what we are going to talk today? Well, we are Rotarians, so we do our best for the humankind. And what is more important than the life of a newborn? A life that serves the opportunity to express its full potential. In the region of Benin that is depicted in these pictures, Benin is one of the poorest countries of Africa. The lives of the baby are in danger even before their birth. What you see here is the only way that leads to the St. Joseph Medical Center. This center is very isolated and is not a big hospital. Even if this is the case, it serves many villages, around 10 villages that are near the lake of Nukwe. That means 10,000 of inhabitants that go there for their needs. There are, of course, a bigger hospital in the mainland, but the problem is that they are far to reach and the travel is very hard. The region experiences around 6 months of flooding every year, so the travel can require even 4-5 hours. Therefore, for most of their needs, in particular to give birth, they go to this center. The problem is that if some birth have some serious problem, they cannot fix it unless they know in advance that there is a risk for a problem. In this case, their life can be saved because they can arrange a travel to bigger hospital in the mainland. For this reason, we decided that we needed to act. We needed at least to give a first smile to this newborn, to give these children a chance, a fair opportunity. The planning of this project was organized with the local authorities during several meetings and assemblies that led to identify what was their need. Next slide, please. The maternity problems are deeply felt in the population. Consider that the incidence of maternal fetal mortality is very high due to malnutrition, to chronic disease. And for this reason, the project that protect the pregnancy, the childbirth, are strongly desired by the community. They really feel the need of this. So we work with the local community to identify what was really necessary to do. And for the reason, we find that we can provide some specific medical equipment. This is the main equipment that we provided. The cardiotachograph. The cardiotachograph is something that allows to timely identify which parts need surgery. And in this case, this can be arranged a travel to the bigger hospital. But also other equipment. The spectrophotometer is a tool that is used to do blood analysis. In particular, it helps to dosage the bilirubin. Bilirubin, when it's high in children, is responsible for jaundice. And jaundice is a condition that can also lead to death if it's not treated. Then, by using a phototherapy lamp, this damage can be prevented because the bilirubin can be lowered to normal values. All these machines were bought from the local producers. This has a double meaning. This means that we help the local economics, but also has the advantage that if maintenance is necessary, it can be provided on site. It's not necessary to order from abroad the replacement parts. Another problem that was present is that there is no electric grid in this region of Benin. Imagine that people use generators, oil lamps in the houses. And for this reason, it was necessary to provide solar panels to give a source of electric power that was reliable and also sustainable in this sense. One other important aspect of this project was the training, because of course all these medical equipment require quite advanced training to be used. And this training has been provided by some Italian Rotarian that visited as volunteer this center, the Benin. These Rotarians are Maria Rosa Giangrande and Luigi Cecci, whereas Rotarian Eliana Centrone planned the project working with the local community. These three Rotarians are all here today, and I want to thank them for their volunteer work. Another person that deserves all thanks for the realization of this project, but cannot be here, is Philippe Alignou, who is the primary contact of Rotary Cotonou Marina in Benin. Next slide, please. So, how we identified this center, this specific center. Imagine that in Benin, the healthcare is for paid, even when it's public. So for this reason, some religious institutions provide the care with less expense for the population. And for this reason, we choose St. Joseph, that has a humanitarian status, exactly for this reason. They provide the care with the less expense for the villages with respect to the public institution. Sometimes, in case of extreme poverty, even they provide free assistance. Another important aspect of the project is the communication. So the Rotary Club Cotonou Marina realized a very big event with the presence of the governor, during which they give a very huge media coverage and information to the population about what are the new resources in the hospital and about the need of prenatal checks to prevent this problem that can happen with the childbirth. There is also a continuous dissemination about this topic with Rotarians that try to inform the population why these prenatal checks are so important to save lives. Another aspect of the project are the points of strength of this community. This is another thing that is important for the Rotary Foundation. One point of strength is the solidarity. This community has an enormous heart. When some villager need to do some period in hospital and then has to pay some expenses, all the community gathers some money on voluntary basis to pay these expenses. Another important point is the family. When an inpatient is in hospital, the population stay with him, the family stay with him, and they try to help, provide food, clothes, and everything. Another point of strength is the young age of the staff that was trained, because with young age, the training that they received was of course more effective and also give more chance to be passed to other medical staff. For instance, some nurses from near hospital came to this hospital to receive training in this occasion. Another point of strength that was necessary to realize this project was a background. In the Benin, and in particular in this region, the southern region of Benin, there has been a tradition of 15 years of important projects that have been realized by many clubs, in particular by club of District 2120 of Puglia and Basilicata. One for All, the project 3H, a project that was received a very huge amount of money, the 3H project, and this project was Acquasana, was related to the providing the population with a drinkable potable water, an aqueduct, wells, toilets, showers, everything that was necessary, training, dissemination in the population about the correct use of potable water. Another project that was a background in this region was a project from Rotaract, a project that I had the chance to promote when I was a district Rotaract representative in my district, and that we decided to adopt with all Rotaract from Italy in that year. We decided that this project will be the National Rotaract Project, a matching grant that was started by Rotaract to donate computers, desks, books to public university and public schools in Benin. And I'm glad that today is here with us the district governor of that year that helped me so much, that helped us so much to realize this matching grant, that is Governor Vito Casarano. So next slide. Some final consideration. Next slide, please. Is the last one, I promise. Next slide. No. Okay, I can talk even maybe in the meanwhile the slide arrive. Some final consideration. It participated, yes, thank you. 3 districts and 11 clubs funded this project. The Rotary clubs that funded this project were Bari Ovest and all 5 clubs from Bari City, the Cotonou Marina, the international partner, Milano Duomo from Lombardia, Bitonto, Grenoble, Monopoli, Putignano. And 3 districts participated with funds. The district 2120 Puglia Basilicata, 2041 Milano, and 9102, a district that collects a lot of countries in Africa. We collected $40,000. Half of this was from cash from club. The other half was from district funds and the Rotary Foundation. The project was also able to self-sustain itself because increased revenues due to the better potential of this center helps to pay for the maintenance of the machines that we gifted them. Now, with only 40 grants, we were able to do so much. A project that first of all decreased the death of the newborn, but also increased their health if it can provide for immediate help after their childbirth. But also train medical staff, and the training is precious in this region because it can be also spread among other staff. We can do much more with a little more budget. So for this reason, I hope that in future, more will join us to gift a smile to this population. Thank you.